I'm here to give you a leg up in life.
Okay.
You know, Nepo baby and all that bollocks.
I've been getting that a lot recently.
Oh,
I
really?
know, really nasty.
Even though I didn't win Love Island. I didn't pop in every week, did I? And go, everyone vote for Danny.
No.
Message to the people that do want to say that to Danny. Fuck off, you cunts. Danny Dyer. Hello.
Hello, Danny Dyer.
How you getting on, Danny Dyer?
Yeah, I'm good, Dan. You?
Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 15 of 178.
The podcast that never ends.
The podcast that will never, ever end. Even, you know, we've got climate change going on and stuff at the moment. Even when the world is burnt to the fucking ground, there'll still be another ep of Live and Let Dyers. So, Dan...
It's another game.
It's another game. So we find ourselves in these realms where we're sort of trying to out-intellect each other in a way. It's a game we're playing. We play it every week at the moment. Do write in if you hate it, because then we'll get the producers to produce something else, you know. But it's 1-1 at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you won the first game.
Yeah.
Which was about rhyming
Flying
slang
colours.
okay, yeah, no, you did.
Yes.
I won the last game, which was about ages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. And you guessed the correct age.
To the lovely Catherine Ryan. Another shout out to you.
Yeah.
She's got a podcast as well. Go and listen to that one and then listen to ours.
She's also got a podcast with her daughter.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Little Violet?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've started a trend. So anyway, this game it's a new game. A game I'm sure they're just making up.
Yeah, they are making. I don't know where they're finding these games.
But at the moment, we're sort of like we're neck and neck. Okay, it's fair to say over the last few weeks we've been blown away by the sheer creativity of our gorgeous producer Ben. I just got to read this out just for his sake, really. They've managed to pull game show level ideas for just a throwaway segment on each of our shows, and yet again. They've done it again. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
There's only Ben out there at the moment.
Ben, yeah.
There was
Where's
a Tom. Yeah, there was another cat called Tom. And also, usually your manager's here, Dana, but she couldn't be fucked today either.
Make it today.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
Well, Denny's never turned up. So,
well, no, because he's a proper agent. And, why would he? You know, he's out drinking champagne somewhere. So basically, Dan, what's the scores? What's the scores on the doors? Which is what George Dawes used to say on Shooting Stars.
It's 1-0.
It's 1-0.
Yeah.
It's one apiece.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
It's neck and neck. This is a big one, this.
It's a big one for me.
And this game is called A Pain in the Thesaurus.
Thesaurus?
Huh?
Pain in the Thesaurus.
Yeah, no, but it's a play on words, isn't it? A pain in the Thesaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it?
Yeah, got it.
So this is a game where you can attempt to show off your way with words.
Okay.
By coming up with as many synonyms... Yeah?
Yeah.
SYNONYMS. Synonyms for a certain word. Okay, so basically, and we're going to use the tumble die because obviously we don't use the tumble die enough.
No, we don't.
And it's important that we do keep it moving and working. And it will generate a topic, and then me and you have a go each of using a synonym or a word for
what was
that
the
topic.
Other one? There's a cinnamon and there's another one.
A cinnamon.
A cinnamon.
Right.
And what's the other one?
Which is a herb. Is it a herb?
No, because you know there was the two things at school. It was a cinnamon.
Right.
And then another one.
Cinnamon is what you would. It's very Christmassy.
Because they'd say use a cinnamon.
A synonym.
I'll use another one. There was two. Ben, what was it?
Yeah, a homonym.
A homonym.
Right, so a synonym.
That's a word that has the same, like here and here. To hear something and to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because I remember at school they'd be like,
what's it called again? A homonym.
A homonym.
Right, so a homonym would be two, like bear and bear.
Yeah, because I've got 2 B's in English.
No, like you can say...
Do you know that?
Huh?
I've got 2 B's in English.
I know you did.
I've really worked hard in English.
I know you did.
I was quite happy with that.
Wasn't so good on maths.
Got a D in maths.
Doesn't matter, Diamond. That's why accountants...
Do it, yeah.
This is why we have accountants.
Apparently, though, if you're good at... what is it? If you're not good at maths, you're not good at another one. But if you're good at English, you're good at another one. Your brain is only so good at certain things I've heard. I tried.
I think Stephen Hawking would probably disagree. Now, could the tumble dyer, right? Can you churn out a topic, please? Straight out of the tumble dyer. Being drunk. So, we're going to use different words
for
for being drunk.
Okay.
And then I suppose Ben will pipe up about whether it's a word for that or not.
Okay.
Right, here we go then, darling.
Yeah.
I'm going to, because I'm a kind father and, you know, I like to, I'm here to give you a leg up in life.
Okay.
You know, Nepo baby and all that bollocks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let you go.
That a lot recently.
What?
That again.
What's that?
The famous because of me dad comments.
Ah, really?
I know, really nasty.
Even though I didn't win Love Island.
I've had that quite a few times recently.
You think about this, the people out there that they won't be listening to this because they hate us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, it's just not addressing them. But you know, as a famous, I don't know, like Nepo, what is it? So really, it's what do we do as parents? We want to give our kids the best opportunities in life, right? Across the fucking board, no matter what you do, we work our fucking bollocks off if you've got kids, so that they get a nice life, right? We get up out of that fucking bed, we go to work, you know, and you try and generate money so you can feed your children. Make sure that every time, you know, it's cold outside, you can put a radiator on, or every time they need a bath or a shower, there's hot water. You know, there's plenty of frozen pizzas in the freezer. You know, whatever. That's what being a parent is, isn't it? So why wouldn't you, if you're famous and you can open doors for your children, why wouldn't you fucking do it?
Yeah.
You know, let people say what they want to say.
Yeah.
Now, what doors did open for you, really? All right, you might have, maybe, they might have put you in Love Island on the back of just to generate a bit of press because I'm your dad. But that's it.
Yeah,
the rest, you was in there for fucking 8 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't pop in every week, did I? And go, everyone vote for Danny.
No.
No, because you the fucking country and arguably the world fell in love with you just because of your beautiful nature. You know, your vulnerability.
I've just had it a few times recently that I'm only famous because of you. It's quite nasty, isn't it? It's quite mean, isn't it?
Is it nasty?
It's a bit petty.
It's just people having an opinion, darling.
Yeah.
Usually people that have got nothing going for them.
It's
I told you.
men as well.
People are never, No, usually it's women, isn't it?
No, women comment on like the weight and being a shit mum.
What's worse?
But then the men are the more like you're famous because of your dad.
Okay.
But move on. Anyway, the topic is being...
message to the people that do want to say that to Danny. Fuck off, you cunts. Okay, so being drunk is the topic. Now, I'm going to give you the first one.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back and forth. 5 seconds.
What?
Sorry?
Okay, go.
What? What are you waiting for now? You've got the first one.
All right, let's go. Ready?
Okay, go.
Pissed.
Trolleyed.
Wankered.
Smashed.
Sloshed.
Lagging.
Tipsy.
Squiffy. Yes, I think we do have a winner. Apologies to any countdown viewers listening because I was doing the countdown.
I should have said trolleyed.
I said trolleyed.
Oh.
You know, there's plenty.
Shit, what else would I have said?
Legless.
Legless, smashed.
I said smashed as well.
Right,
I wasn't listening to you, old dad. Was you? You know why? Because you're a Nepo child. And Nepo children never listen, do they, ladies and gentlemen? So that's 2-1 to me, I'm afraid.
Can we do one more?
Huh?
I want to do one more.
It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid,
I just want
darling.
one more.
Listen, they've been producing their little asses off. Well, Ben has. And, they've come up with a segment, and this was the segment. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to tune in next week to find out, because I'm now 2-1 up. Anyway, this game will be the first to 5, just for everyone's sanity.
First to 187.
Yeah, the first to 190. But at the moment, I'm 2-1 ahead, which will give me, for the rest of the day, a little spring in my step. Ah, my wonderful child. She's such a sweet child, she is. Been thinking a little bit about my speech, about your upcoming nuptials. Is that the right word, is it?
Baby?
Nuptials, or if you're a northerner, nuptials. Don't know what that was.
No, that was.
Nuptials.
What's it? What we do? We go. I'm Scottish.
No, you shot it. I'll shit in your mouth. It's good, that, isn't it? You shut your mouth.
Do you know what is a good series? Playing Nice. Oh no, they're in Cornwall, but she's Scottish.
Yeah, I don't know what the. Oh, I see. Right now, that's the one with what's his name? Oh, Norton, isn't it? James Norton. He's in it.
James Norton. Yeah. No, Playing Nice.
Is that the thing on at the moment?
Yeah, it's great on ITV.
Is it about the child swap thing? Yeah, James Norton's in it. Who's the
lead actor?
Who's the cat who was in Happy Valley?
Yes, the very handsome one.
Yeah, very handsome man.
Yeah.
Who's potentially going to be the next Bond.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh, really?
He's fantastic.
So you can't see your old dad doing it then?
Oh, darling.
See, this is what happens with these Nepo children. See, they soon fucking forget, don't they? You know, you give them a leg up in life, and then she's shouting out for James Norton to be Bond, and not her old dad. You know,
I do like that.
Could there be a balding Bond with tits?
There is.
I mean, there could be, couldn't there?
Bond can be anyone.
Well, not anyone, you know. But could there be a working class Bond? I don't know if there ever has been.
Yeah, I think you could be a Bond.
I think I could be a fucking Bond as well, you know.
Babe, you're on Disney.
You know, a Bond.
Fucking cracked it. You're Disney Dan.
Yeah, this is true.
How much bigger do you want to get?
Slightly bigger.
Okay.
Not too much, you know, obviously, but just a little bit bigger where, you know, still not that famous, but famous enough.
I think you are famous enough.
Now, me and you are going to do a segment again, which is, and I know this is odd for you.
Oh, no.
Danny and the Diamonds.
There we go.
So, in case you've missed the last couple of episodes, which you haven't, it's impossible because anyone that listens to this are loyal people. You know what I mean? They can't wait for Monday so they can hear another segment. Anyway, so Danny and the Diamonds is our weird producer. He's been trawling the internet, like looking for fan fiction about me. Big Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some about you, Dan, as well, which hopefully we don't delve into that
There's
too
some
much.
love. Do you know what? I'm on Wiki Feet.
Yeah, you got a nice trot of you, haven't you? I think I'm on there, and I think we're all on it.
Yeah. You can earn some serious dough
from selling. I don't think you can.
I think so, babe.
I don't think serious dough.
I know someone that sold their knickers.
Yeah, but then that's not feet.
No, I know.
You're selling drawers.
I think she'd get like 30 quid a day.
Yeah, but were they actual? Were they her drawers?
Yeah, worn knickers. You just give off all you got to do is go Primark.
Well, they do that in Japan, don't they? There's vending
machine. It ain't that hard, is it? So imagine like today, if I go Primark, get some little cheap knickers.
Buy yourself a can of tuna.
Wear them all day.
Oh, no, you wouldn't wear them, would you?
Yeah, he wanted worn knickers.
Yeah, but you just buy some tuna.
So you just wear them all day. If I can go Royal Mail, post them off.
Yeah, but would you do? You wouldn't have to wear them. There's ways around it.
Of course you'd have to wear them.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
You'd know a worn knicker, Dad.
No, you wouldn't. Geezers, they just want to sniff them, darling.
Oh, God, some people...
Yeah, but let's have it right. If we're going to talk about this, this is geezers that want people's drawers to fucking whack up their rooter.
Yeah.
So just go and buy yourself a nice can of tinned salmon.
Find feet really sexy.
Apologies to anyone out there that's having their lunch. And why we've got on this one, I don't know.
Yeah,
but this fan fiction thing, Dan, give me a little summary of what happened in last week's episode. It's all very tame, actually.
Yeah, no. So Marissa was at the Red Lion enjoying a lively evening with her friends and a couple of gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's right.
She hadn't quite worked up the courage to speak to Danny, who happened to be there because her friend is a makeup artist.
That's right. Yes.
At one point, she and her friend Sarah headed to the newly updated gender-neutral bathrooms. And while they were there, Marissa couldn't help but gush about Danny.
Gush as in talking, not as in sort of gushing. You know.
Calling him the biggest fitty on the planet.
Well,
she also vented about a big case, a tough one involving Larry Fingers Fincham, a diamond thief she's been struggling to bring to justice. What she didn't realise was that Danny was in one of the cubicles listening to every word. When he eventually stepped out, he greeted them casually, washed his hands, fixed his hair and walked out like it was no big deal, leaving Marissa completely stunned.
Right, so at this point now where she's been sort of rabbiting about how she really likes Danny Dyer, but he was in the cubicle.
Yeah, she manifested Danny Dyer.
And he was in, I'm talking about me in the third person, but I was in there in this fanfiction having a pony, which in a gender-neutral toilet. And it hasn't affected Marissa's feelings towards him.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, Dan, is we'll do a little bit each. I'll do the first paragraph and then this is part 3, Smoke and Shadows.
Okay.
Later that evening, the pub was alive with laughter and the occasional cheer from the darts corner. Marissa leaned back in her chair, smiling, as Sarah recounted a particularly wild story from her makeup artist days. It had been a good night, maybe even great. She played darts badly, and Danny had made a point of teasing her about her aim. "You're a lawyer, not a sniper," he quipped, his grin impossible to resist.
There'd even been moments where she thought he might be flirting, the lingering looks, the way he laughed a little too hard at her jokes. But she wasn't naive. He was Danny Dyer.
He was Danny Dyer.
She knew his charm could disarm even the most sceptical soul.
As the night began to wind down, Marissa stepped outside, the chill of the evening air brushing against her cheeks. The small smokers area was empty, the scent of stale cigarettes hanging in the air. "Hi, I need a pickup from the Red Lion. Heading to Custom House. 5 Malmesbury Road, London E16. I don't think there is a Malmesbury Road in Customers. It doesn't matter. 4BT. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to do that again, right? Because obviously a voice. Okay. Hi, I need a pickup from the Red Line heading to Custom House, 5 Malmesbury Road, London E16, 4BT. A voice finished behind her.
Startled.
Bit weird, by the way.
Yeah. Startled, Marissa spun around, almost dropping her cigarette. Danny stood a few feet away, his hands casually shoved into the pockets of his leather jacket, a half smile playing on his lips.
His Thunderbird's jacket, no doubt. The operator on the line interrupted her shock. That'll be about 10 minutes, love.
Great, thanks. Marissa hung up, still staring at Danny. How the hell do you know my postcard?
He chuckled, stepping closer, because I live there and all. I just moved back to Malmesbury Road. It's one of the nicer bits of Custom House.
Her jaw dropped. I thought you left the East End years ago.
Danny shrugged in his Thunderbird's jacket. Tried to, didn't I? I thought I'd get all fancy and posh, but I missed it. You can take the boy out of the East End, but you can't take the East End out of the boy.
Marissa blinked, struggling to process the coincidence.
You got room in that cab for one more? He asked, his grin widening.
She hesitated for only a moment before nodding. Yeah, sure.
They didn't have to wait long. The taxi pulled up and they slid into the back seat, the warm interior smelling faintly of air freshener and diesel. Oh, that's a nice smell. As the car wound through the streets, Danny turned on the charm.
Proper dart skills you got there, he teased. Bet you could take someone's eye out.
She rolled her eyes, laughing. I'm better in court than I am at the board. You, though, I would have thought you'd spend more time on the set of a pub than at a real one.
Well, what can I say? I'm a man of many talents. His voice dipped lower, and for a second, the space between them felt charged.
When they pulled up outside her house, Marissa fumbled for her purse, but Danny waved her off. I've got it. He handed the driver a crisp 20 and then turned back to her.
Before she could say a proper thank you, he leaned in and kissed her, a soft, lingering kiss that left her head spinning and sent electricity raising down her body.
As he pulled back, he smiled and handed her his phone. Whack your number in me, blower, why don't you? Why am I speaking like fucking...
No, that's you.
Oi, oi! Oh, fucking strike the light, governor. Why have I gone fucking Dickensian?
But you do say blower.
Who does? Yeah, I say blower, but whack your number in your blower, why don't you? Maybe I can give you some darts lessons one day.
Marissa
Good line.
Furiously, but took the phone, her fingers trembling as she typed. Just as she finished entering her number, the phone vibrated. A text popped up from a contact saved as Larry Fingers.
Don't worry, mate. I'll be back in the game as soon as I'm done with the case. Shouldn't be much longer. That was the text.
Her stomach dropped. Larry Fingers, the Larry Fingers Fincham, the jewel thief she'd been building a case against for months.
Marissa swallowed hard, forcing herself to stay calm. She handed the phone back to Danny with a forced smile.
Thanks for the lift. She managed.
There you go. You forgot that.
So no, I'm just looking, thinking, oh shit, I'm getting it
Anytime. Anytime, he said, stepping out of the cab. Before closing the door, he turned back, his grin as infectious as ever. I call you, yeah?
She nodded, her heart pounding as she watched him disappear into the night.
As the taxi pulled away, Marissa stared out the window, her mind racing. Danny Dyer might have been the biggest charmer she'd ever met, but he could also be the key to bringing down one of London's most elusive criminals.
Do you know what? I'd read this.
Fucking hell.
Mine, it's the whole her fantasy of you.
Yeah, I know.
Little
The thing is, it hasn't really got sexual, is it?
No, I don't know. If it was sexual, it'd be weird. I actually quite like that.
Oh, you're quite feeling it. I mean, what I will say is that, you know, it's very in-depth, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, I'll say this again. Women and their fantasies.
Yeah.
Not necessarily about the actual fucking sex, is it? It's about all the bollocks that comes
with the sex.
It's actually probably, the sex is probably the letdown. It wouldn't be with this idea of Danny Dyer, you know, this charmer, you know, the most charming man in fucking London, you know, arguably greater London. So do tune in next week, because it is going to start to get a little bit toe-curling if it starts to get sexual, because obviously, you know, it's me and my daughter reading it.
Reading the sex.
Well, unfortunately, we're contractually obliged.
Yeah, we are, to be fair.
Anyway,
right.
I look forward to hearing that me fucking self.
What's the word you
Not
say?
gonna lie.
We divulge.
we divulge in what?
No, sometimes you say. You go,
we digress.
We digress.
We digress. See.
Anyway, we digress.
So anyway, well, it took an unexpected twist, Dan, right? So obviously she's banging Dyer.
Yeah.
She wants a bit of him. But she's also got a very big case on. She's an intelligent woman.
Yeah.
You know, she's got GCSEs, probably some A-levels and O-levels, a degree maybe in being a lawyer, but yet still wants that peasant from Custom House. And of course, she's used his phone, and Larry Fingers Fincham is his mate. So what?
And that's the case.
Did you see that coming, Dan, or what?
No, that's what I mean. It was a great twist.
Adds to the fuel.
Yeah, adds to the fuel,
the sexual tension, because you know, obviously she cares about her job and she loves it, but it could jeopardise her work and her job.
Yeah.
Or it could jeopardise the rollabout with this Danny Dyer.
But then
character.
It could probably be them to kind of get a romantic connection, but then underlying she obviously needs to find out about Larry's Fingers Fincham.
I think it's just lust. I don't know if there's
in the end, the relationship would go all wrong because he finds out that he thinks that she's using him to find out more about Larry Fingers Fincham rather than actually being with him.
I see. Well, look, speaking on Danny Dyer, sort of, you know, speaking on behalf of this Danny Dyer that's got a fucking good head of hair, lovely teeth,
and a good leather jacket,
winkle pickers on. You know that he's probably just into her for lust. Yeah. You know, obviously this is a weird world. I know that your mother's probably listening. She will be listening. So, you know, this is a fictional thing, of course. Yeah,
I'm not looking at it as you, Danny Dyer. I'm looking at a different Danny Dyer.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
Just that, you know.
Well, as you should do.
Yeah, I'm not going
to... so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Obviously, they've not even... oh, no, did he kiss her on the lips?
He did kiss her.
Yeah, but only just a little quick...
Yeah, a little quick
Oh, yeah,
kiss.
Because electricity went through her body.
Yeah.
Of course it fucking did. Well, you know...
You've been told that before.
No, every time I brush past your mother, she gets a hint of electricity.
Imagine.
But it's an electricity of hate, unfortunately. So do stay tuned. We don't know where this is going.
We don't know where this is going.
We have no idea if this is going to get filth or this is going to become...
I don't think it's going to be filth.
Well,
it's going to be more of like a...
Well, it's meant to be some sort of fantasy thing. So it might go into like a really good Agatha Christie sort of crime sort of thing, and there'll be no sex in it.
I'm into crime.
We love a bit of crime, don't we? And sex, you know. You got to get it while you can, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope most of you listeners are having regular sex, because I understand that, you know. What do you mean? Just saying, you know, look, you know, because it's a mad old subject, sex, and the power that it brings, you know. So do make sure that you're having sex at some point this year. Right, Dan, let's move on.
Right.
Anyway,
we digress.
We don't digress.
We don't digress.
It's, you know what it's time for? The best. Do you know what? Listen, whether I've had a really tough week, sometimes I do. Some weeks are better than others.
I always know when
the thing that I look forward to,
up and down,
left and right. You know, the thing that gets me through them dark moments is the tumble Dyer.
Yeah.
I
like the tumble Dyer.
Well, but this is a different kind of tumble Dyer, because this topic was sent in, and it was sent in. I didn't know that our audience could tamper
with the tumble Dyer. Yeah, this is news to us.
But this one's been sent in from Steve in Cookham.
Nice.
So I want to give a shout out. I'm shouting out to Steve in Cookham, even though I don't know what's going to come out of the tumble Dyer. Might be something that I find highly irritating. You know, so, but shout out to Steve anyway. Yeah. I might take that back after. So, the topic is what, Steve?
Dun, 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 dun.
Out of Cookham.
Cue the tumble Dyer.
Straight out of the tumble Dyer. Masculinity. Interesting.
Okay.
Wow. So, what is it, masculinity? Is there a war on masculinity, Dan?
Yeah. I mean, you did a documentary on it, which you can be honest, you was fucking petrified before that documentary was coming out.
What was I petrified of?
Of how you was going to be perceived, come across. Not you as a person, but the topic of masculinity.
It's interesting. That's what I'm saying. That's the point.
I've never seen you so anxious and worried. There was a time when you was like, fuck, I feel like I want to pull it. Because you were so worried about how.
Well, because I'm not saying I'm an advocate for masculinity at all.
No.
I said yes to this job. This wasn't me going to producers and going, oh, I really feel like I want to make a documentary about masculinity. Because I'll be honest, that wasn't the fucking case. I've got other shit going on. But this was something I said yes to when I came out of EastEnders, and I didn't really have no work lined up. You know, I had that job in Australia, Heat, which was the 4-part. It was a 4-part series in Australia. It was good, actually, a fucking good series.
Yeah, it was actually really.
But that's
good.
all I had lined up.
Yeah, you was worried.
I had nothing else. Anyway, this company came to me and said about, we want to make a documentary about masculinity, and it's sort of similar to the one Kathy Burke did. She did one on womanhood and what is it to be a woman nowadays, and the struggles with, you know, being a feminist and what that means. And so it's like, you know, and so really, you know, it wasn't me on some sort of journalistic.
No, because you are good at documentaries. You are a people person. You are interested.
Well, no, I think you give too much away when you do documentaries. I know that you're sort of delving down the documentary
I love
thing,
it.
aren't you?
I really enjoy it.
You do love a little go on a documentary now and again, don't you?
Yeah.
And you've got one maybe in the pipeline.
It'll be out.
So is there a war on masculinity? My concern with the documentary is that they wanted to change the title to The War on Men, and that's what I was fucked off about. So I went, well, is there a war on men? I don't know.
No.
I think we're living in a society at the moment where being a man is obviously a tricky time.
Yeah.
Because throughout history, and let's have it right, men have run the world. And that goes,
they have. No, they absolutely.
Well, it goes right back to, you know, the voting process. I mean, women had to fight to vote.
It's actually mad.
If you think about that.
Is it women didn't drive either, did they?
They just wasn't encouraged.
They weren't encouraged to drive. Women really were the ones indoors.
Or to work then.
Yeah, or to work. Women didn't work.
Or to have a say on the way our country's run by voting.
No, it's actually
think about it. That was
isn't it?
It was only 100 years ago, just over 100 years ago. I'm thinking.
So ridiculous. It's so bad.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to, you know, vote.
I mean, look at this. It says women weren't allowed their own bank account until 1975.
Which was 2 years before I was born.
I can't get my head around it. But the thing is, though, Dad, there is still that whole thing of like women aren't valued as much as men. I do genuinely think there is still that.
It's true, isn't it?
I do. I don't think it's really ever, because I know it sounds weird, but even like now, you know, like as a mum, you like, especially now being a mum, I've noticed it more. Like we go about, do our things, look after the kids all day, it's fine. But I feel like when a man does it, it's like, oh, isn't he a good dad? Oh, he's such a good dad.
No, you're right.
Who's got the kids now? Oh, he's got the kid. Oh, he's brilliant. If a mum just has their kids, it's not like that's amazing. Or if a mum goes to work, it's not like if she's a shit mum, she don't want to be around her kids. But if a dad goes to work, well, he's got to go work.
Well, it's about archetypes.
Things like that will never change. They will never.
But this is why. This is why we're conditioned, and we've been conditioned since the dawn of time that men are hunt and gatherers. Yeah. And men go out and earn money. Yeah. You know, kill animals and cook them, and the women, they look after the children or the home. Yeah. You know, because listen, when we're young, when we're kids, what do you get bought? Do you want a gun for Christmas? Did you want a gun? Did you want a bow and arrow? No. What did you want, Dan?
Barbies.
You wanted dolls. You wanted Barbies. You want bug. It's just like this thing, pink and blue. Yeah. So this has been going on since the dawn of time, whether it's right or wrong. And now in this world we're living in now, we're trying to sort of question that and go, well, actually, is that right?
Yeah, because even now with the twins, they play with Santa's cars and play with dinosaurs, and they want to play with his things.
But then they are an exception. They're the terribles.
They are the terrible twins.
But actually, no, they're just
fine. They can play whatever they want to play
so
with.
we inflict what a boy and a girl should be.
Play with.
Blue jobs, pink jobs.
We do.
Right? We inflict it.
We do.
And then we sort of question it and go, oh, actually. You know, it should be gender neutral, I suppose.
Yeah, it should be in that sense.
Especially now.
Because even like the twins have joined ballet, and I went, oh, Sant, do you want to go ballet? He went, I really want to go ballet. And I thought, well, he can do whatever he wants.
Of course he can.
I want him to do whatever he wants to do. It shouldn't be boys do this, girls do that.
And from a young age, and I've noticed this with Sant, is that, you know, he wouldn't want to play with a pink car. You know, if I gave him a pink car, I'd go, no, that's for girls.
Yeah, they do.
He will say that because... Again, it's about conditioning and about the world we're living in. And it's almost like what we're trying to do is trying to put the brakes on it and the handbrake all of a sudden, and everyone's got to understand. And it's very confusing for everybody. So I think in another 100 years it will be completely different.
Yeah,
Maybe we're in a society and a generation and generations to come where you will say that everything's gender neutral and there is no blue or pink. It's that children are children. They're blank canvases. Let them play with what they want.
Well, you said about your brother played with buggies and he wanted to.
He did absolutely
do all that. Yeah.
He was more interested in that. And why shouldn't you buy your little girl, for Christmas, a little toolkit station?
Yeah.
A little saw and an hammer. They'd love it.
Yeah, why don't we? It's weird, isn't it? From young, we do that.
So what I'll say about masculinity now is that we've been conditioned for hundreds of years of what men are and what women are, right? And now we're trying to put a handbrake on it and it's very confusing. We're trying to do a U-turn too soon.
Yeah.
Because, we're different. You can't deny that men and women think differently, feel differently, and are built differently, okay?
Yeah.
You've got a womb. We've got nuts. And that makes us behave in different ways.
No, absolutely.
And with our biology and physiology, I don't even know if that's a word. We're just built differently.
Yeah.
So we think differently.
Yeah, our brains are so different.
Man up, all that sort of dialogue. Men ain't meant to cry. Get on with it. And women can. We're allowed to gossip.
Yeah.
Women are, allowed to show their emotions. All this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all very panicky and a bit like, oh God,
I think it is allowed.
Be a man. I want a real man.
Yeah.
That's the classic line that women say.
I know.
There's something like women are as guilty as men in this.
I agree with that.
Now, not in the sense of that, pay, like wages. Women should be paid. If it's the same job, two newsreaders or presenters standing next to each other, both reading off an auto cue, should be paid the same money.
Yeah.
Or if you're working in a bank, a CEO, I don't know what everyone's wages are, but you should all be paid the same. We should be equal in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting at the moment what's going on with men being too manly are bad people. And we're quite simple little things. And I'm going to just reference marching powder again, because I'll tell you what marching powder does. Marching powder is a celebration of men, but it also highlights how fucking mundane it is to be a man. And men when men are hanging out with other men is quite brutal.
Oh my God, you're just so immature.
Absolutely, but we highlight it in this. Like, there's a whole segment where my character Jack is trying to give up drink. He's got to give up drink and drugs to better his life because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And, whenever he gets his off his head, he's doing silly things. So anyway, goes to the pub to meet his friends, and they get around him and they ask Jack what he wants, and he says, "I'll have a pear juice." And the looks he gets, and they go, "You're having a fucking laugh." And he goes, "No, I'm all right, I'll just have a pear juice." And they refuse to get him a pear juice. In the end, he gets a pear juice. And it's a really funny scene where I'm sucking out of the bottle with a straw and there's this silence in the whole pub. And they're looking at me like with disdain.
Yeah.
Because, how dare I as a man actually go, "No, I'm all right, boys." Anyway, they love me, these friends of mine within the film, but they're fucking brutal, and it really highlights it.
Yeah, because men are brutal to each other. Like, the things you can say to one another, like, I notice it with like Jared's mates. They'll just sit there and assassinate.
Yeah, that's what we do. We wind each other up.
We would never sit there and do that.
It's our way of bonding.
Yeah,
and it's our way.
But then girls would do it more likely behind each other's back.
Exactly. What's worse? What's worse? The whispering in the corners. The girls packing up on another girl in school.
No, I know. But we are women, and we are built. We're just so different.
And we should be different, and we should celebrate it.
Yeah.
Okay, because what interests men and what interests women is always going to be slightly different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just the fucking majority. So what I would say, toxic masculinity is not necessarily because men have got cocks. It's because they're just arseholes as human beings.
Yeah.
We must treat each other with respect and have a bit of integrity and humility and all them things as a man or a woman, and be kind and generous to everyone around you.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not about being a man or a woman.
Isn't.
It is about you as an individual and how you are as a person.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And how you bring your kids up. Because you have a very open space in the house. Like, we are all so open with one another. And people might look at our relationship and our families and go, "God, I could never behave like that or be like that in front of my parents."
We've had comments, haven't we? I speak in front of you. Something go, "God, how can he swear in front of his child?"
Yeah, and that we overshare. But that's how we are. And I love how we are. Everyone is so different. Everyone's doing their own thing. Like Santi, I want him to cry. I want him to cuddle. I want him to show his emotions. Whereas some dads might bring up their sons, be like, "No, you can't do that." It's just how you want to bring your kids up.
Exactly. But
and how you want to be in your family dynamic.
The generation that brought me up were born in the 50s, like my dad. So therefore,
women,
that's
a lot
a very
of women, yeah.
and women, So now I'm the generation on that's bringing you lot up. Well, not you now. Fuck me. You're 30.
You're still bringing me up.
Well, not really. I'm not bringing you up, am I? And actually, legally, I don't need to pay for you no more.
You are paying for my phone bill.
I do still pay your phone bill, and there's something that we've never really discussed.
I ask you.
No, as if, listen, I need to do something as a father.
No, I did
I'm
say.
buying your dress.
You are buying my dress.
Still don't quite know
You
what the
paid
deal
your
is,
first invoice.
apparently, no, okay, I won't say it because I don't want to. We got 2 dresses now.
Yeah, I've got 2. Oh,
yeah.
So are you paying for 2?
Well, I don't know.
No,
Oh,
you're only
shit, I've dropped myself
No,
in.
you're only paying for 1.
Shit, I knew I shouldn't have fucking said that. So, of course, baby, I'm here for you
No,
until...
darling, I won't take the piss. 1's enough.
No, you're allowed to take the piss.
No,
That's what
I don't
happens,
want it. I don't like
But
taking
legally, I can say no now.
Yeah, I'm over 18 now.
You can go,
so.
Dad, I need some money for some vapes, and I go, well, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to, I need milk. Well, go and milk a fucking cow. Sonny turns 18 this year.
Yeah, so things are going to start
legally,
changing. You don't have to pay for it
I could
anymore.
even, if I was one of them fucking parents.
Chuck her out.
No, I wouldn't chuck her out, but go, you're going to need to start giving me some rent money, my sweets. Imagine that. Imagine if you did that. Some parents
people do
Why
that.
shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should.
You're trying to teach your kids about
And I
money.
think a lot of people do it. They take their money and then will store it to give it back to them. It's just for them to
You mean
understand.
store it? Well, like a little hamster, a little squirrel
so they'll,
storing it away.
They'll store their money and then keep it for when they move out and then give them the money back.
Yes, of course.
It's just for them to understand the value of money. So imagine you say you get £1,000 a month, in your bank. You'll go, right, I need to give this amount. I don't actually get £1,000. I'll probably only get fucking 400 of it.
Yeah, true.
Once tax comes and all that.
Yeah,
bullshit,
fucking
do you know
tax.
what I
We
mean?
hate tax, especially in this country.
Yeah, God,
and VAT, and we spoke about this a few times. It does wind me up. It is January.
You know what the worst one is? Stamp duty. Oh,
Yeah, that's when you buy a
an
gaff,
house.
yeah. Again, what does it
what
mean?
is that? What
No
is
one knows.
stamp duty?
No one knows.
Oh,
The other
I
one's
hate that
inheritance tax. That's the new one.
one. Yeah, that's a
God
new
forbid
one.
you die, then the government take your money. You don't give it to your offspring.
Guess what? I've got to quickly say though. The other day,
Cunts.
Jared's, Lou, Jared's mate.
Yes.
He had loads
The best
of
man.
best man. He had loads of pound coins in his house. He said he's been collecting them for ages, and he had them in a jar.
Yeah.
He went, you know what? I'm going to get them take it to Tesco. So we took it to Tesco to get it changed.
Oh, to put it in the machines.
Yeah, but so there was someone there.
Oh no! Do you get notes back?
Yeah, you get notes.
Yeah, you pour it in the machine.
Yeah, I think you pour it and then you get the money
gotcha.
back. So say they went, oh, right, you had 600 quid there. They only took 10%.
You're a joke. Oh,
They
they
took
will do.
10%.
Baby,
I'm like, what is
yeah.
his pound coins?
You
Why
get
are
nothing.
you taxing him on his pound
you
coins?
get nothing for free.
now.
We
Yeah.
understand
Isn't that
this, don't
naughty
we?
though?
It's fucking naughty. Of
Couldn't
course it
believe
fucking
that.
is.
Weren't you joking me, Lou? He went, no, I fucking taxed
So you won't be doing that again, will he?
Just keep the pound coins left.
Do try and launder your money in other ways if you can.
Is that it?
Well, we're going to wrap it up now, Darren, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I can't change me fucking interview. I got an interview today.
Oh, yeah, you've got your interview. What
for
time
Metro.
is it? Oh, yeah.
We'll have a bit of Metro. And I tried to push it back by half hour, but no, they still want to do it at 2:30.
Oh, yeah, shit.
So
we've got to
again, I'm
go, haven't we?
contractually obliged to do it. I won't go into it,
Yeah.
but so yeah, I've got to. So listen, we've got to wrap this up. I'm so sorry, everyone, if you feel that we was half-hearted about this, but we're never half-hearted about this.
No, we love doing this.
It's we're inviting you into our little world and listening to us talk shite for 43 minutes.
How many minutes have we done?
So
43 today.
I do apologise, but I'm quite a busy fucker and I've got other shit to do. So as much as, and we've spoke about this, potentially do something for Comic Relief for Children in Need.
Yeah.
A podcast-a-thon
Podathon.
where we sit here for 24
No,
hours.
a diaphon.
A diaphon, this is
Yeah.
good. Where we sort of take stimulants and drugs and just to keep us awake and to see what we'll do some legal drugs.
Yeah, legal ones, Red Bulls.
And you can just listen and laugh or cry, because some of these drugs make you open up a lot, and we might talk about stuff we shouldn't. Anyway, this is an idea that's floating around, whether or not legally we could do it or not. I know there are some frogs that you can lick that give you some sort of trippy experience.
Oh my God, do you know what I've just realised? You know
What?
why it's called Red Bull? Because they use bull semen.
They do, yeah.
So that's why it's called Red Bull.
Yeah, it's basically
Shit.
bull spunk, and it works.
Have I only just clocked onto that?
Why would you say it there? I know that's odd.
No, because we said about keeping ourselves awake, and I said we'll have a Red Bull, and I thought, shit, Red Bull's called Red Bull because it's bull penis spunk.
No, that's not. I don't think that's why.
No?
No, it's meant to give you wings, and also that's not a reference to spunk or.
Do you remember them Red Bull shots? They got rid of them though, didn't they? in the shops. You know, like the little co-ops.
Yeah, no, you
They
know.
used to have the Lucasade shots and the Red Bull shots.
Yeah, I think I sniffed one. I was on a line of one. And
Right, I think it's time to wrap this up.
never
now, I'm
again.
afraid. Right, let's wrap this up.
Anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're having a shit Monday, or hopefully we've cheered you up slightly. If we haven't, sorry to hear that. But let me tell you something now. This dark cloud will pass. I promise you, it will fucking pass. And brighter days are coming. And also, you know, the days are going to get longer soon. You know, people that hate winter. I don't really hate winter, but some people do, and they just want longer days. You know, spring's on its way, all that bollocks. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, and I'm fucking begging you now, you mustn't forget
You're
you're loved.